All right. Good morning. My name is Jim Cagnino with Infinity Futures. I'd like to thank everybody for coming to today's event using AbleTrend to complement your trading. And we have Ron Carbone from AbleSys here that's going to do a presentation on the software itself. And I'm going to switch the screen over to him very shortly. Before we get started too far, though, let's talk about the risk of trading futures, risk of trading in general. I'm going to pull up our risk disclosure and mention it. Trading futures options on futures involves substantial risk of loss, not suitable for all investors and traders. Oftentimes in futures trading, you have a high combination of leverage and volatility. And although that could be an equation for good, it's also an equation for bad. So be careful. Only fund your futures trading account with risk capital. My personal definition is money I could afford to lose that doesn't change my lifestyle or lengthen my retirement horizon. We realize everybody is different and unique in this world. So if you want to have a confidential conversation with me or an Infinity Futures representative, feel free to ask or to call or email or Skype or send a fax. I don't know, however you want to do it. So I'd be welcome the opportunity to talk with you about that. Past performance not indicative of future results. Today we're going to show a signal software program which generates trade signals based on a proprietary algorithm. And these trade signals give you the ability to take the trade or not take the trade once the signal is presented to you on the software. It's very clear. It's a very clear presentation on the AbleSys software that Ron's going to show us in a second. Now, we've known the folks at AbleSys for many years. Infinity has been around for over, I don't know, almost 20 or over 20, 1996 or so. And in the early aughts, we met the AbleSys folks and have known them ever since. And they, in my opinion anyway, they have a high quality product. And it's a very good product to complement your trading, just like the title of the webinar suggests. So, and I have the InfinityAT trading ladder on the side here just to show you what that second component of that trading plan would include. All right, any early questions before I switch over to Ron? Mike has no audio. Mike, well, I can't even tell you to log off and log on. I'll try to get with you after I pass the mic over, but everybody else seems to be good to go. A couple of real quick housekeeping things. I got a lot of calls about when is rollover going to happen for the stock index futures. CME has this little chart here which kind of explains it pretty well. There's a lot of explanation about rollover and how it works. So right now we're trading in the December, that's Z, December stock index futures. So that includes the mini S&P, the mini NASDAQ, the mini Dow, the mini Russell, and all the micros associated with those stock index futures. And so here's the schedule and how you read this thing. It's and I'll send this URL to everybody in the question and answer box. But we are literally in this row right here. This is December 2019 contract, and expiration of that contract is the 20th of December, and rollover starts about 8 days ahead of time, which would be the 12th, and you'll see volume kind of switching over on the 12th into the next month, which is the 2020 March contract. Okay, so we have a little bit of time, but that's something to consider. I'm getting a lot of calls on that. We're not there yet on rollover. A lot of the other markets have already rolled over. That's kind of, I just wanted to share that. George, I'll talk about SuperTrend and the CCI and all that stuff after Ron does his presentation. So I'll spend some time with you guys afterward on that. So remember too, though, in any systems program or any type of automated system or white box or gray box or anything like that, there's a natural tendency to ask, what's your performance track record? right? What's your performance track record? And the danger with that is you got to remember that when a signal comes up, you might or might not take it. A signal might have slippage. You might not be getting it at the price where the signal kind of pops up. So all that stuff you got to be careful. So when you look at a system and you say, oh, this signal would have made 6 points, keep in mind that's hypothetical. You're not including slippage. You're not including other important factors for hypothetical results. So be careful with that. And having said all that, we're ready to switch over to Ron. Thanks everybody for your patience today and waiting for me to switch it over to Ron. But here we go. Let's see if we can do this. I'm gonna bear with me a moment. Change presenter. Send it over to Ron. Make Ron the presenter. All right, he'll see that pop up, and there you go.
Okay, thanks, Jim.
I'm going to mute myself, Ron, and I'll be here listening. And thank you so much for doing this. We really appreciate it, and the stage is yours.
All right, thanks, Jim. I think we're good to go. Looking good. I think we're all set. So I'm not here to bore anybody. I want to get right to the point. Show you what the software looks like, where the buy and sell signals are, what it looks like when you get a chart. We keep it simple, and most importantly, I'm certainly not here to mislead anybody. We're very straight up. I'm going to show you winners. I'm going to show you losers too, because I guarantee you there will be losing trades. I mean, it is no perfect system, nor is this, but it will definitely help you if you can just trade the charts and the stop losses and not your emotions. Of course, that's the hard part for everybody, but that's the reason we have the software, is to transfer the emotions, or to transfer to really to get rid of the emotions. And if you're able to do that, I think you'll find it helpful. Again, certainly not perfect, but definitely a big help. We've been here over 20 years, so that's not some flash in the pan, or we had a lucky week or a lucky year. No. It's been working really well for a long time. And the most important thing is your stop loss management, because preservation of capital is the most important thing with AbleTrend signals. We just want to make sure that we keep the risk as low as possible when we're recommending these signals on the charts. And that's strictly up to you whether, of course, obviously everybody does what they want with their money, whether you want to take the trade or not. But we're putting the odds, or at least this is how we see it, we're greatly stacking the odds, in favor of a buy signal or a sell signal. And I'll show you right here a buy signal. And I'm just going to go back to yesterday afternoon. We like very much the last 2 hours and the first 3 hours of the trading day. Now, you can certainly trade overnight. You can trade even stocks or other markets. You can do long-term trading. This is an E-mini chart, E-mini NASDAQ. It's just our personal favorite because there's a lot of volatility. It tends to be a little smoother, we feel, than the other mini markets or the other futures markets. But again, it works just as accurate, just the same on crude oil and other markets and other E-minis and currencies, even stocks. But we really like, of course, as most people, the intraday futures trading, and that's like, our bread and butter. It also works the data feed. If you have Infinity, which obviously you do, I mean, we just absolutely love Infinity, and so does everybody. That's why we constantly recommend it, and we get such great feedback with Infinity. Not only the execution and everything and the costs, but the people there who work there. I mean, I can't tell you the great feedback we get. So the data, all you have to do is in our data box is just click on Infinity. You put in your username and password that you have at Infinity, and instantly the data comes in, and it's no cost either. So I mean, that you can't beat that. I mean, it works great. It's perfectly seamless with AbleTrend. So what we look for on our chart, and again, we really like the last 2 hours of trading of the trading day, and just as well, it works just as well overnight. But of course, there's not as much volatility overnight, and tends to be a lot of flat periods overnight. But that's perfectly fine if you like to trade. And we don't tell anybody what to do. We're just going to stack the odds in our favor and give you our recommendations by way of our algorithms. And again, they've got a long-term track record, so it's not a lucky week or this or that, or a lucky year. So what we look for on our chart, and this is what a chart looks like, and this is the last 2 hours of yesterday, and then we're going to go overnight, and we're going to go right into live today. What we look for is the combination of blue bar and a blue bar. This is a 1 minute chart. By the way, this is a 1 minute chart. The price bars are every 1 minute. But we've also added a 2 minute and a 3 minute. That's the difference with AbleTrend or versus other indicators. I've had thousands of people tell me, well, I just wish I would have found this earlier, and also wish I would have followed it really closely and not let my emotions get in the way. And that's the hard part. Believe me, I know the feeling. We all do. But what we're doing here is, and what makes it so different, because any indicator is going to work when it goes straight up or straight down. Where the difference is, what makes it special, because there's a million indicators out there, are the sideways choppy markets, because everybody gets killed there and then. I mean, that's just a fact. Just as we would too. Again, there will be losing trades. I don't in any way want to mislead you whatsoever. I don't want that done to me, and I'm certainly not going to do that to anybody else. So what we're doing is by combining 3 different time frames into one chart, we have these no trade zones, and that just keeps us out of trouble. Half the time when the market is choppy and sideways and most everybody is losing during that period, we're not trading because we have different colors on the chart. Any red and blue are opposites. That's important. Blue, anything blue, blue bar, blue dot, blue X, means uptrend. And when we have multiple time frames, here is the 1 minute, the bigger X is the 3 minute, the smaller X is the 2 minute. So when we have them all lined up, like right here, which is right about 2 o'clock Eastern, which is 1 Central, 11 Pacific yesterday, which is a favorite time of ours to trade just by all the studies and all that we did. Again, first 3 hours and last 3 hours of the trading day is our favorites. Again, just from our research. Right here, right about that time when we do recommend trading, we had a perfect buy signal. This is just what you look for: blue bar, blue dot, blue X. Simple as that. Keep it simple. Blue bar, blue dot, blue X. Okay, we put our stop loss just slightly under this small blue dot because the blue dot acts as support. It basically stops or helps to block it from going lower, like right there, like right there. See all these, look how many times the prices dropped down, 3, 4, 5 points and just stopped at the blue dot, bounced off, and it went back up. We put those blue dots in there, before that happened. There's no cheating going on here. We, again, not here to mislead anybody or paint any unrealistic expectations. I don't like when that's done to me. So when we have triple confirmation, which is what we call it, blue bar, blue dot, blue X, at the close of that bar, because when the bar is open, it can change colors. Once the bar closes, it's final. It'll never change again. I mean, otherwise I'd be cheating. Anybody can tell you after it happened what you should have done. Well, that's kind of obvious. So once the bar closes, it will never, ever change colors again. So we just ride it as long as we've got these blue dots below. It basically means stay in the trade. You're safe. And we ride it all the way up. We put the stop loss because that's so important to keep our losses small. And again, and I've said a couple times, there will be losing trades, but nobody ever gets beat up if you follow these simple trading rules and use the trading signals and stops. And try not to trade your emotions. Your losses will always be kept small that way, if that's what you do. So we just put it at the previous lower, small blue dot. Like some people say, oh, did we get stopped out? It just about, or it didn't. But let's just say it did hit this little dot. No. We put it at the previous lower blue dot. So either that comes in, or if a red bar comes in, red means opposite trend. The first red bar with the big red dot on the 1 minute chart just means trend change. The first blue bar with the blue dot means, trend change to the upside. Obviously, blue is up, red is down. But you say, oh, you don't take the trade here? No way. You got red X's above. The red X's and the red dots, here's the 1 minute resistance, tends to block the price from going higher. Here's the 2 minute resistance. There's the 3 minute. Smaller X is the 2 minute, bigger X is the 3 minute. The same way, 1 minute support, 2 minute support, 3 minute support. It's all blue, great. Now we wouldn't get in here. We want to get into the beginning of the trend. So we just kind of wait, that's the optimum place to get in. So this is what we call a no trade zone, as I mentioned before, because we're not, even though the 1 minute says, oh, there's a blue bar and blue dot. No, you have to have triple confirmation. Blue bar, blue dot, blue X. Must be triple confirmation. If there's any red X's above, no trade. The same way we don't go short if there's blue X's below. Like right here, we didn't go short. Why is that? Still had a blue X right there. But we could go short there. And on this first trade over here, we just hit the crosshairs. We went long right here at 83.05, and we're out on the red bar, red dot at 83.12. So we made 7 points on the trade. Again, if you took that trade, not including, commissions and, a little bit of slippage and all, just on what the chart is saying, that's a 7 point winner. So, it's $20 a point, not a bad trade there for an hour. And that's, per lot, per one lot. Another thing that we like to do or recommend is if you trade multiple lots, as we have traders who trade a lot of money who use AbleTrend, all day, every day. We say if you trade, any more than one, we just, like to take one lot off after, say, 5 points on NQ. Just kind of a little standard little recommendation, again, from all our research and everything. And if you trade the micro lots, that's perfectly fine too. But we like to take, because very often when you get a triple confirmation, it often goes certainly more than half the time, and probably closer to 3/4 of the time, it'll go in that direction. So we like to just take a little piece off at that time. You could use anything you like. We use 5 points. You can do anything you want, and then let AbleTrend stop, take you out after that. We pick up a nice little run there. Same way on the short side. By the way, I'll answer questions at the end of this because I, want to make sure that everybody understands what you're looking at. Otherwise, you're just looking at you're looking at it, you don't know what I'm talking about. So that's why I'm not going to take any questions till then, because I'm concentrating on the chart here, and I'm trying to put my mind as if you're brand new to this, because this is I want to, most everybody in here is totally new, never seen this before. So I'm just trying to keep it really, really basic and get right to the point. So there'd be a triple confirmation short trade. That's what that would look like. On your chart, if that's what you have, that's what it looks like. Red bar, red dot, red X. Down it goes, and then actually stopped out here because that's the previous higher red dot. Here would be the first red dot, and then see how it pops up. It goes through the first red dot, goes to the second one. Also, the bar turned to blue right there. So either way, you're out. But in that particular case, that was about a 5 or 6 point winner. Now I want to show you what a losing trade is, because I'm not here to mislead anyone. I'm very real. I tell like it is, winners and losers. We don't cherry pick the winners and, gloss over the losers. No, that's not real trading. I hate when that's done to me. And I hate when, but it over exaggerates how great everything is. Just tell me like it is, and, I'll take it from there. There's a no trade zone. And look how choppy and sideways it was. It's a good thing we didn't trade during that time. Here's another no trade zone. Any blue or red means stay away. It's just not low risk enough for AbleTrend to recommend trading. And we only want to recommend, with our algorithm, in our opinion, the lowest possible risk trades. And this way, if we have losing trades, which there certainly will be, with the stop losses in place, which are generally about 5 points away on an NQ chart, and like I said, you can do it's exactly the same for same accuracy for ES, CL, currencies, commodity, anything you want to trade. We just kind of tend toward the NQ because with our research, we kind of feel it's a little smoother and a little less choppy than some of the other markets. RTY is our second favorite. The Russell, it's another good one that we feel is good. But here's a triple confirmation losing trade. Now you say, where do I put my stop? Well, here are the red dots. We just put it, we put it 1 point above the red dot. So that would have been a losing trade. About, looks like in this chart, this trade about 4 points on that particular trade. And that's generally about where our stops tend to lie, you know, give or take a little bit. So, and then of course, you know, we have a really nice trade here, a little before the close yesterday. There's a perfect triple confirmation sell signal. It went down very nicely. And here's your 4:15 East time, 3:15 Central, 1:15 Pacific would be right in here. So we'd be out right there at 91. If the close of the bar is where we get short it at 01. That's a 10-point winner the last 20 minutes of the day yesterday. So that's again times $20 a point. That was a real nice trade. So yesterday afternoon, as you can see, was a really good day. Oh, here's the overnight. If you like to trade overnight, it's perfectly fine. You can see here's when London opens up, that can sometimes be okay to trade. Strictly up to you. I'm sleeping at that time like most people, but that's fine. There's your triple confirmation buy signal, and then you'd be stopped out right in here. Here's a perfect no trade zone. A long over here, because again, you're looking at the triple confirmation, which is right there. And that was another winning trade because it would have been stopped out right about there. Short goes here because again, red bar, red dot, red X is short. It's really simple when you think about it. Blue bar, blue dot, we go long. And any mix like right in here, I mean, that's a classic no trade zone. And as I repeat, that's what makes AbleTrend different. The big trends up and down, most indicators and algorithms are going to pick that up. What makes AbleTrend different than everything else, why we've lasted 20 years and have over 20,000 clients who liked it enough to buy it during their 1-month trial. They've certainly tried it out first for 1 month before anybody, buys it. 20,000 people liked it enough, and it's not cheap. It's a couple $1,000s. I'll go over that in a second. However, more importantly, you have a 1-month trial. It's $99. It's been actually one time was even higher, but it's $99. It's been that way for a long time. However, any new trials, because trials are for new clients, new users. If you use the code IF, which is Infinity 49, you'll get it for half price, $49. So we want to give everybody at this webinar, a half price trial. But this is your classic no trade zone. Look how choppy and up and down. I mean, that's a disaster. There's no way anybody, at least I don't think, could make any money. I mean, you just have to get dumb lucky to make money here. And the software told us here before it got choppy, not after the fact. Anybody could tell you after the fact what to do. I mean, duh, that's, you'd never have a losing trade that way. It's, before it happens, then alert me of a potential choppy market that might come about. That's when now you got something if you can do that. If you can alert me before it gets choppy, because as I said, most trends, most algorithms are going to pick up the trends. It's the chop, it's the sideways that we all get killed and hate. And if we can have something, as we do, if you can have something that can alert us of that to at least alleviate most of it, certainly not all of it. You can definitely have losing trades. But if we can get a heads up on when that may happen, boy, that would really help. And that's what makes AbleTrend special. It's exactly that. Let's fast forward to what's going on right now so that we could look at it, we're actually looking at a live chart. So it's moving up and down on the right side. I mean, this is as real as it gets. So let's see what AbleTrend had, how we would have done if we were using it today. And again, certainly have losing trades. That's a guarantee. And it's actually the first trade today was a losing trade. So I kind of like showing the losing trades because it's a real. This is real stuff here. There's your right at the open. I'm on Eastern, so 05 is the date. 9:30 would be Eastern time open, which is 8:30 Central. You can see over here, we have triple confirmation, and we love trading the open. I know some people back away from it, and that's fine. Everybody does what they feel works for them. We like trading the open. We get many big runs. I mean, we had a 90-point winning run trade One trade, not in and out, no, one trade, Monday morning. If you might remember, right at the open, it just dropped. And I mean, Nasdaq dropped like over 100 points. Well, we were in there for 95 points. I mean, that's a nice trade. And again, the software did, whether you did or not, that it's not automated. So you have to, manually make the trade, but at least the software did pick up the trade. And if you got that one, terrific. That part's up to you. All we can do is show you our algorithms and show you what we think are good trades, and you take it from there. So we are losing trade right at the beginning because we were in long here, short here, red bar, red dot, red X. Now, I don't want to get too advanced, but one of our rules, if you're really far away from, we use 10 to 12 points from this red dot, because the prices tend to pull back to the dots. The further you're under the red dot, the greater the chance it usually pulls back. So we would use the top of this red bar as a stop, and there's a couple of little advanced little strategies. I don't want to, this is just a basic, I don't want to, I want to keep it simple because most everybody here is new. But you know what? Let's not do that. Let me go back to stop loss goes right above the top of the red dot. As the dots come lower, let me zoom in a little closer. See, the dots are always horizontal. There's another row of, there's the next lower row. They only go down, the red dots, the blue dots only go up. So we'd be stopped out right there because there would be the previous higher red dot. We'd be stopped out here. We want short here at 10. We're stopped out here at about 18, 19. So we lost, or would have been a losing trade of about 9 points on the first trade. This is called a sweet spot. Once we're stopped out, and we have the next triple confirmation, red bar, red dot, red X, we just get right back in again. So now we're long, a short right here at 14. It's hard to see, but stop loss would go right here. That's the second higher row, small red dots. We stop loss about 18. We're short at 14. We got about 4 points at risk. A nice low risk trade. Let's see what happens. Well, we're still in the trade right now. We're at 77. And I had no idea this was going on, actually, because obviously we were looking at the other chart. But we're still in it, and our stop would be right here at the moment. You say, why is that? Because here's the red dot right above the price right now. And very simply, there's the second higher level of red dots. So we've got to stop right now at 92. We went short right here at, this is about 15, 14 and change. So let's just call it 14, keeping it simple. So we're short right now. As I was talking, I guess I should have been showing this, but I wanted to make sure, well, that everybody understood, because most everybody here is new. Everybody, understood what we're looking at. So now when I show you the chart, okay, now I get it. It's really pretty simple. Red down, blue up. Green bars, by the way, mean sideways or pullback, but we don't get out of the trade on green. We do have an advanced strategy. When we get 2 green bars in a row, we like to put a stop loss a little bit above that, but again, that's just a little fine tuning, because I could actually make it even better than it is. But I'm keeping it real simple. And I like to actually show the losing trades, and I don't want to make it look too good, believe it or not, because nobody's going to believe me then. They'll look, oh yeah, this guy's, he's full of it, he's exaggerating. Okay, well, that's why we have a $99, well, $49, excuse me, IF 49. So you should say 99, but it's only 49 if you're in the room here. So IF 49. Oh, we also have a mini course. Everybody will be emailed. Everybody in the room will be emailed a little mini course, kind of a little refresher, basically putting it down into on paper, so to speak, or in an email of pretty much what I said and how you trade with AbleTrend. But we're short here from 14. Our stop is at 92. Now, if this blue bar, this is cool that it's coming in right now. This is great that this is happening, because if this bar closes blue, that's a trend change. We exit our short. Now, we don't go long because of these red X's above. Obviously, as I mentioned before, we don't buy if this red X is above. we have to have triple confirmation before we take a trade. We have to have 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute all agree. Then we feel more confident. So if this bar closes blue, or if it hits, what's our stop? 91, we're going to say. 91, we'll call it. Just keeping it simple. If it hits 91, we're out of our trade. Now, again, we have an advanced strategy, which is real simple, really. If you're in profit more than 10 points, which, geez, we're in profit here by like 30 points, we put our stop loss 1 point. When we get 2 green bars in a row, which means trend's getting a little weak, we actually put our stop loss 1 point above the top of the higher of the 2 green bars. So technically speaking, and I could show you this. By the way, I do a one-on-one trading session with everybody. Once you get the software, a 30-day trial. So you're not on your own. You don't have to figure it out. We have great support here, just like there's great support at Infinity. We have great support here. So I'll gladly do a one-on-one live trading session with you. We'll connect our computers together, and we'll do it so that I want everybody to get their money's worth out of the trial. So this way, you get your money's worth out of it. So technically, I mean, for people a little more advanced with AbleTrend, we stopped at 86, but no big deal. We're out now anyhow at 90. We went short at 14. What are we looking at? 24 points. I mean, that's a nice piece of change at $20 a point per lot. That's for one contract. So pretty good stuff. I mean, I'm glad you're seeing this live. There's no faking anything. We didn't switch anything around. I mean, that's nonsense. I wouldn't be involved in anything fake like that. I guarantee you that. And now you say, what do we do now? No trade zone, not doing anything. We're waiting for blue X to show up so that we can get triple confirmation. Right now, there's really strong resistance at 96. You want to take it, fine, but we don't recommend taking that because there's an invisible roadblock. That's how I view resistance at 96. So we're just gonna, count our money right now because we had a real good one there, as it turns out, and we're just gonna lay low. Watch when it hits 96. You're gonna see it'll, generally speaking, it tends to stall. May not happen now, but we're gonna hit 96 right now. So generally, what happens, it tends to stall out and kind of, bumping up against some resistance. So that's why we didn't take the trade. We want very low risk trades according to our algorithms only. And that's the way we do it. Again, this helps to not trade your emotions, which nobody can win if you trade your emotions. I mean, that's just a waste of money. I don't see how anybody could win trading emotions. This has no emotion. That's why it works so well and has such a strong track record for such a long time. So the more you can lean on it, do it, the better you'll be. So that's up to you to decide and to see what you think. IF 49 for a half price 1 month trial. We also have our big holiday sale going on right now. It's the best time of the year to buy it if you decide you want to try it after the 1 month trial. All the pricing, everything is all on the website. But this is the lowest price of the year. It's 15% off the 1 year license, 20% off the permanent. Those are your two choices. It's not monthly, it's 1 year or permanent. And again, lowest price of the year before the price increase on January 1st. By the way, just getting back to this chart, notice when I mentioned before it happened how the price may stall out at this point. And again, this is just going by AbleTrend's algorithms and support and resistance points, because the most important thing on the chart are the dots and the X's. That's support and resistance according to our algorithms. Well, three times in a row, it went right to 96, as I mentioned, and it stopped. And by the way, we put those resistance points 25 minutes ago. We said there's going to be resistance there. Not after the fact, like moving averages and your stochastics and your free indicators. I mean, they're very lagging. That's why they're free. There's not a lot of value in anything that's free, as most people know. But notice how it went 4 times now. It hit these red X's, which again, we put 25 minutes ago, and it stopped. And that's That's the beauty or the difference and what makes it so special. The support and resistance points are very accurate, and the no trade zones basically keep us out of trouble. Now, if it breaks through there and we get our blue X, hey, we might be going long, but we only want low risk trades. If there's any chance in the algorithm's opinion of a sideways or a choppy market, we step aside. There's plenty of time the rest of the day to jump in when the software thinks it's we have triple confirmation and the odds are more stacked in our favor. Okay, I said what I had to say. I think I explained it. I hope I explained it. I hope I explained it properly so that you can understand what we're looking at here. And now I'm going to look for the questions. We got a bunch of questions.
Hey, Ron. This is Jim.
Hey, Jim. Thanks for jumping in.
Yeah. So a couple things. So how hard is it or easy is it when somebody wants to throw in the InfinityAT data, the Transact data feed in here? Is it complicated or is it pretty straightforward?
No, real easy. Let me show you right here. There's a login box in AbleTrend. You just click the login box, and you very simply you click on Infinity, and you put in your Infinity username and password. That takes a whole 10 seconds to do that.
Okay.
And you click OK, and you're done. You put in the Infinity symbol, NQZ9. And instantly you get your NASDAQ chart pops up, real time. That's simple. You could also look at multiple charts. I just have one chart up here right now. I actually like to look at multiple charts. I mean, you can put up ES, CL. You can actually put 16 charts in this one workspace. You only need one monitor. But you don't want to make the charts too small. So, maybe 4, 6 would be like maximum, because then the charts get smaller. But you can look at multiple charts. So this way, when you see that triple confirmation AbleTrend trade, jump right on in. At least you can if you like. Just go to your Infinity dome. Hit the buy or sell button. We suggest trading at the market, but again, we don't tell anybody how to trade or what to do with their money. That part's up to you. But it's real simple. That's what we like, and everybody likes it. It's real easy. And you can see here again how the prices just can't get above 96, where we had our resistance. But they may do it, but clearly struggling the last 10 minutes trying to get above it.
That's awesome. Hey, Ron, I got another one. And
yeah, sure.
I'm actually picking off some of the questions that I see also.
Great.
So you've mentioned a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute time frame confirmation. Just to clarify, we're looking at a 1 minute chart right now, right?
Yes, sir. We're looking at a 1 minute chart. You're getting a new price bar every 1 minute. The 2 minute, the dots are also the 1 minute support. Blue support, red resistance. Blue and red are opposites. The smaller X is the 2 minute support resistance, and the bigger X is the 3 minute. So this way we know where the roadblocks in the market are. That's why we did not take this buy signal here, because of the red resistance. The red X is above, meaning there's a invisible roadblock. There's resistance. That's what we call a no trade zone.
Gotcha. Okay, so that makes sense. So you wouldn't use a tick chart as an example.
You can. In fact, again, to be a little bit more advanced, I actually look at a tick chart also because I want a really, really fast chart. I don't want to confuse anybody, but this is what I like to look at. I use a tick chart also, a 233-500 combination, because again, combination charts work great in AbleTrend. Because before I get into the trade, I just want to make sure a really fast chart is already long or already short before the 1, 2, 3 chart agrees with it.
Oh, I got you.
So
okay.
I just look for extra confirmation, and I'll go through that in the one-on-one trading session that I'll do with anybody if you decide you want to get a 1-month trial.
Awesome.
So yes, you can use tick charts, but I'm just keeping it real simple now because you know what? Simple works just as well.
Barry asks, at times there's a quadruple confirmation. Please explain.
Yeah, well, that's just, you even have four indicators. You have blue bar. Well, let's see. Let me give you an example of that. Here, red bar, red dot, small x and big X. That's just even more confirmation. You only need three. In other words, blue bar, blue dot, blue X, red bar, red dot, red X to be a valid trade. If you have four, well, great, you got even more, but it's not needed for us to say it's a valid trade.
Okay, and so then you would enter on the next bar after you get the confirmation. You enter. You got to wait, and then you enter on the next bar. Okay.
We enter on the open of the next bar because once, for example, once this bar closes, it's final. It will never ever change again. So as soon as the next bar starts, regardless of the color, we don't. It's already a signal when this bar closes. As soon as the next bar starts, we hit the sell short market button. We hit the sell market button, and we're short.
Got it. Okay. Now, when you say best times to trade are 3 hours at the open, 2 hours at the end, you're talking about the futures open and close, right?
Yes, we're talking like when the market opens at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. When the U.S. session starts, basically when the stock market opens from Eastern time from 9:30 to 4. When the new session starts, this is just with our research. We feel the first 3 hours and the last 2 hours of the bet, meaning in the lunchtime, it's quiet and sideways very often, which most people know that.
Okay, yeah, I think so. We just nailed VJ's question, I think. That's awesome. Harry asks, I could take this one. Can we trade on charts and execute on an Infinity account? The answer is yeah. That's why we're here. That's why we're here together. Absolutely. We hope you consider doing that.
It's exactly the reason. You use our charts to take the emotion out of it, and we feel take some of the risk out of it by way of the no trade zones. And we're in a classic no trade zone right now as we're speaking. Red X is above, red above, blue below. The prices get stuck in the middle. And that's just what AbleTrend said would happen, or at least, recommended or thought would happen right here when this happened. At the beginning of this trade, 15 minutes ago, AbleTrend said, don't do anything. The prices are probably going to get, there's resistance above, there's support below. The prices are going to get stuck in the middle, according to AbleTrend. We say, just leave it alone. It's too risky. We only want low risk trades. And AbleTrend feels it's too risky by way of our algorithms. There's resistance above, support below. So 20 minutes ago, AbleTrend said, leave it alone. We feel it's too risky to trade at this time. And they can do what they want. That's just our opinion. Well, guess what? 20 minutes later, you're right back at the same price. It's went sideways. It's just chopping around. And that was a great no trade. See, it's just as we feel AbleTrend will not only tell you when to buy, when to sell, and where to put your stop loss, it'll also tell you when not to trade at all, which we feel is just as important, not to do anything. And that's what the no trade zones do. They tell you, don't do anything right now, which we feel is just as important, not to do anything, because the software is seeing with its algorithm a high probability of a choppy market. So we say, you know what, stay away, stay tight right now, lay low.
Yeah, in no trade zones, and I've been doing this for decades also, in no trade zones, one of the, the 7 deadly sins is over trading, trading too much, and emotionally sometimes you can't help yourself and you want to do it, right? Chemical reaction goes off in your brain, you want to go, and with this tool, with these types of tools, and this tool in particular, you can say, well, this is telling me override my natural tendency to want to overtrade, which is a great thing.
Exactly correct. Well said.
It's a great thing. So a couple of people have asked this, and just, Frank asked me to mention this, and I think Joe asked the question about training, and I think what Ron has said is, once you take the trial, or if you just want to go straight to live, either way, you're going to get a one-on-one training session with Ron. So it's not like you're going to buy something and good luck. That's right. Correct, right?
Totally correct. We also have tech support here if you need any help setting up charts or anything, but it's really simple. I mean, believe me, I don't like anything complicated. And if I could figure it out real quickly, and most people can, it's not real difficult. That I assure you. We also have I also do, like I'm doing this webinar, I do this pretty much same webinar every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 Central, 3 Pacific. And we record these webinars too. We record them. So we'll also send you the recording of the webinars. So at your convenience, you can kind of sit back and, watch me explain the chart just as I've been doing.
That's awesome. I got some people typing in here that they had great experience with client support with Ron. That's good to hear. Someone asked, here's another good question, and I was thinking this too. Would you use this for a longer term trade horizon? In other words, a swing trade?
Absolutely. Good question. And that's what I mentioned in the beginning. We have just as many people, well, probably not just, most people day trade futures, but we have quite a few, we have like 20,000 clients. So we have quite a few who also trade stocks with it or futures with it longer term. There's no difference in the accuracy. The software doesn't care. It's just that most people like to day trade with it because futures, there's a lot of risk. So most people are day trading futures and not generally doing the longer term because of the risk involved. The longer the time, like use a daily or a weekly chart or, say a 2-hour or 4-hour, your stop loss are going to be much further away. So there's more risk, but as far as the performance, just the same. It's just that there's a little more risk involved because your stop losses will be much further away on a 2-hour chart than it would be on a 1-minute chart.
Okay. I think we're kind of in triple overtime here. Let's any last second questions or any questions I've missed, point it out to me and we'll cover that. There are some questions on what happens after the 30-day demo.
Oh, okay. Well, I can even address that. I mean, I think we're pretty much good to wrap this up now. After the 30-day demo, you either purchase a 1-year or a permanent license. I mean, just come right out. The 1 year is $3,000. The lifetime is $6,000. But with this holiday discount going on from now until the end of your 1-month trial, it's 15% off the 1-year license. That's $450 lower. And it's $1,200 lower. We only do this once a year at the holidays. 20% off for the permanent license. Those are the prices. Nothing to hide. I don't want to mislead anybody. All the pricing's on the website. We don't hide anything. We talk, we just write out, that's how it is. But this is by far the lowest price of the year. And then January 1st, the prices shoot up again. However, if you get like a 1-month trial today, you say, well, I really want a full month. If this is the 5th of December, if I get a 30-day trial, that'll take me into the 5th of January. You said the sale is only good till the end of this year. You get those extra days. So if you do a trial, a couple days from now, you get the full 30 days and you get the holiday discount, even if it's into January.
So even if someone doesn't have an Infinity Live account, we could hook up an Infinity Demo account so that they could,
Great point.
We could sync the 30 days. Absolutely. And that's the reason why we love Infinity so much. And I'm not just saying that because I'm doing an Infinity webinar here right now. Everybody who knows me knows I've been saying that for years now. I've personally been with AbleTrend 15 years, and we've been close friends with Infinity for many years. And I see some people's names in the room here. They all know me. You know how highly I speak of Infinity, and that's not going to come back and bite me because that's the truth. Awesome. If you don't have an Infinity account, just simply go and get an Infinity Demo account. I must have told that a million times to people. What feels like it. Well, when we're done here, I'll grab the screen and show everybody how to do that on our website. It's really easy, but I'll do that in a couple seconds. There's a couple other things I want to show everybody. So, but yeah, the positive comments are coming into this room. This is awesome. We have a pretty big crowd here today, and that's a testament to you, Ron, not necessarily to me, but we really appreciate you doing this for us. What's the best way for people to contact you directly?
If you want to contact me directly, it's ronc@ablesys.com.
All right, I'm going to type this in.
I am always at my desk. So I answer email, people go, wow, I just emailed you. I'm pretty quick on that. Of course, all our, phone numbers and everything are right on the website. If you want to call, that's fine too. Leave a message. I actually return messages and I actually return emails. So,
okay. And then Ron, what's the best way for people to actually get I'm going to show the Infinity demo side of it in a minute, but what's the best way for people to sign up for the trial for you guys?
Real simple, ablesys.com. AbleSys, AbleSys, ablesys.com, and just click on order. 1 month, you'll say order. Just click on order and order the 1 month trial. Remember, use the code IF49 for the half price trial. And you just simply download it and you're literally up and running in minutes. You download it instantly onto your computer and you're literally up and running in minutes. And then when you open up the login box, you just put in your Infinity username and password and you'll have real-time, live, free data. Can't beat that.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and change the presenter to me. I'm going to show my screen and I'm going to, why am I on Google? I was going to type in ablesys.com. Now, I do want to reiterate to everybody, this one right here, price order, Ron?
Yes, yeah, right. And you see what says AbleTrend 30? There you go, AbleTrend 30-day trial.
And then we're going to click on this button. It says 99. Yeah. Remember, you're going to do the discount code. I do want to remind everybody that, we did a presentation today on a system, on a signal that generates buys and sells. And keep in mind that we talked in terms of hypothetical data. There's limitations with hypothetical analysis and past performance on any system, whether it's AbleSys or anybody else, or anybody who's trading people's money. So keep that in mind. Past performance not indicative of future results, as well as the limitations of entering orders manually with market orders and slippage and all that stuff. We all know the mini NASDAQ is an example. Bounces around. It's a little bit like popcorn being made. So keep that in mind. Anybody has any questions on that, let me know. On the Infinity side, if you want to, it's pretty straightforward. Free practice account. Click on that button there. Fill the form out. You'll immediately get a username, password, email with the download link. You have the ability to talk to us on a one-on-one as well. You have the ability to actually schedule a private, there's a calendar where you click on a link and you get a calendar and you could schedule a time that suits you for a one-on-one. And you might not need it. It might be pretty straightforward when you actually log in the first time, or you might. It's up to you. So that's how you do that. It's really, really, really easy. The last thing I want to show you guys is next week in the webinar front, I'm doing 4 webinars actually. And so you guys are required to go to all 4. No, I'm just kidding. But the Monday one is on the actual trading ladder, the trading platform. It doesn't look like much, but it is much. There's a lot of stuff you could do with it. We do have web-based charts we're going to talk about on Tuesday to do your own independent analysis on the charts. And then on Wednesday, we're going to look at some simple trade strategies. Someone asked me about the CCIMA and super trend combination I used earlier in the question box today. We're going to cover that in detail here on Wednesday. And then we're going to hunt for some trades actually on Thursday. So big week on webinar front. And if you want to participate, that'd be awesome. You do have to sign up for each one individually. Unfortunately, they're not all synced because that would generate too many auto emails and it freaks people out. But in any event, that's it. Any last second questions for me or Ron? Type them in. We got a lot of positive things. Thanks, Ron. Ron is a superb trading advocate. Very cool. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. We will post a recording on our YouTube channel. And I want to remind everybody, trading futures options on futures involves substantial risk of loss, not suitable for all traders and investors. Clarence, last question. 30 days, 30-day demo, totally in sync with AbleSys's demo. Joe, thank you very much. Take care, everybody out there, and be careful. And Ryan, I'll call you a little later.
Thanks. Bye now.
Okay.